people say that we are in a civil war. I don't agree with that. I think the exact term is we are in a war against civilians, a war that really targets the whole society, and it started as such. Terrorism took place in Iraq, then the insurgency took place, then later on, since 2006, especially after the Samarra explosion, a sectarian violence took place. So, as a matter of fact, to understand correctly what's going on in Iraq, we have to see that there are some power within Iraq, within the history of Iraq, and within the neighboring environment that is launching a certain violence against the society.
I believe most Iraqis, in fact, have an allegiance to the Iraqi state as such. I think what we have at present are sectarian parties that use the religion and sectarian allegiance and confessional affiliations in order to reach power. But I would say the vast majority of the Shias and the vast majority of the Sunnis are not involved in the acts of violence that are being perpetrated daily in Iraq. What's happening is that armed militias and armed groups of both sects are terrorizing the people of the country, committing atrocities and crimes against them in order to consolidate their power and even sometimes to enrich themselves. But the vast majority of the people are not involved. They want to live peacefully and freely in a democratic society. You know, the main problem really facing Iraq at present is the absence of national security forces that are dependable and are not infiltrated by the militias. That's the problem. And until there is in Iraq a national security force that has undivided loyalty to the Iraqi state and not tinted by militia influences, we are going to have this problem. Therefore, the matter which is of top priority, in my opinion, is really to reorganize the Iraqi forces professionally and to ensure their total and undivided allegiance to the state. Of course, there is room for improvement in the weapons they have, in the training they have, but I think the main thing is really their loyalty to the Iraqi state and to stop the infiltration. So we have to clean up some of these forces, but this will take some time. And therefore, I believe, this has been my position, that the multinational forces will have to undertake the major responsibility in the foreseeable future until these forces are adequately reorganized. Eventually, you know, I think that if, because of domestic pressures in the United States will feel it's not possible for them to continue undertaking this burden, then I think we should consider the possibility of internationalizing the whole thing and go to the United Nations and have a restructured multinational force under United Nations authority. This is just a thought that we may consider to see whether it can be done.
I think we need a regional environment that all neighboring countries should be partners in this regional environment, but this is one side of the equation. Being partners and a full share of partnership should come with the other side of the equation, where they should not interfere in affairs of each other, where they should reckon on peaceful means of solving problems and issues. So I am fully in favor, really, of a full participation of our neighbors, including Iran and Syria, in any negotiated, whatever we can call it, round table, whatever it is, concerning not only Iraq. Iraq is one of the issues, but a whole vision of the region, and that's what we need.
I don't think that Iraq is condemned forever to live under fratricidal warfare and I wouldn't call it civil warfare, but fighting among its various components. No, I believe the majority of the Iraqi people, irrespective of their confessional affiliations or religious beliefs, really want to stay as one people in one country, indivisible.